Okay. Because, all right. I went to fix lightsabers for a second, which is why I disappeared until the very last second. I have lightsabers.
Lightsabers are very
An important detail.
Yeah, they are pretty key to this whole adventure.
I had to charge the batteries, and they're very cute, and I love them, but one wasn't working, and I was panicking for a second. But yeah, hi everybody. Good morning. It's a Saturday morning. I was out of town for a week, and I'm very, very sleepy. But welcome to Star Wars Silence in the Force on It's Probably Okay. Also, I have BB-8 mug today. Let's go around, introduce lay players. We'll start with Jay.
Hi, y'all. It's Jay Holtham here. Today I am playing Trash Penta. Still laugh every time. The Scoundrel and Jedi School Dropout.
Go back to high school.
That's my favorite song from Grease.
Go back to flight school.
All right, Joey.
Hey guys, I'm Joey, and this is my Halloween costume. I am the Masked Streamer.
Ooh.
Now coming to CBS All Access. Because sure, why not? No, I'm Joey, and I am playing Shio Mark, the Jedi Guardian, who is the master to someone else in this party, which is super fun. He's a first-time teacher, and that goes well for everybody.
Oh well.
Well, everyone knows teaching requires no skill.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Pooja. I'm playing Kira Ren, descendant of Sabine Wren, and the Mandalorian, also twin to someone else in this party.
It's
Not
me.
Shio Mark.
All right, let's get the. This is being requested last, but let's get the twin and the Jedi apprentice in there. Jason.
Yes, I am both the Jedi apprentice, the Padawan to Shio Mark, and the twin brother of Kira Ren. We are, as she said, descendants of Sabine Wren, and not representatives, but part of the Wren Mandalorian clan. So,
Family.
that's and Kieran is largely. I mean, grew up with Mandalorian culture because we have this whole. It's like more back and forth when you join the Jedi Temple, and so is a mix of like Mandalorian teachings and Jedi teachings, and is very much into like research and learning and literature and all that, and is affectionately known as the Mandobrarian. So.
Amazing. All right.
Affectionately.
Sorry, I am very tired today. I was literally at an Airbnb in NorCal for a bit, playing arcade games every day, and it was wonderful. And then I was like, oh crap, I have to go back to the real world.
That's better than the reason I'm so tired. Which is we worked a split yesterday.
That's, I think, a more real reason to be tired.
Yeah.
I was vacationing, not working.
That's just a better reason. That's so much better.
All right. So last time we left off, you had just gotten out of a bar fight. Trash Penta's a little hungover, but he's not too bad.
Just a little.
You were told you had to be on time to a very important meeting in your boss's office. So what does waking up for everybody here look like? What is it? Who wakes up on time? Like, Trash, I know, is struggling
hard.
But what does your morning look like for everybody?
I think Kieran can get up on time in spite of, like, he almost certainly does not feel well, but would push through that and get up and do like some exercises and want to be there on time because Master Shio said that he needs to be there on time. And so I think he's pretty close. He's like maybe a couple minutes late.
Can I interject in this a little bit? Because I think it would be really fun if like Kira, because I didn't I didn't drink as much as some other people because I was more interested in fighting. So I think it would be fun if Kira came and like got you out of bed and forced you to participate in her morning workout.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's great.
To to improve your hand-eye coordination or something.
No, I mean I like that.
Also,
Yeah.
slightly torture your slightly hungover self.
Yeah. Oh, also we should say we're not child twins, right? We're like 20 years old, so that seems like worth mentioning that we're
You're not using
Star Wars.
child labor
Right.
in Jedi Academy.
I mean,
Labor.
right.
Padawans are pretty young. They do start pretty young.
Yeah, and Kieran was here since like age 5, but it's like boarding school situation, and can go home for the holidays. So
Yeah.
Life Day and all that.
Oh God, our Life Day special is gonna have to happen. All right. So you two are getting up and doing your morning workouts. What's Shio doing?
Well, Shio was going to have a similar idea to Kira, but I think.
Sorry.
So, oh no, it's great. No, I can totally use this. So Shio gets up early and does his own morning routine, morning workout, practicing saber forms with and centering himself and just making sure that there's basic getting his head on straight. And then is going to go to Kieran's cell and bang loudly on the door, and is quite surprised when he's not there. Because I imagine at that point he's already gone off with Kira. So he's going to make sure that Kieran gets in his morning workout, even if it's after the meeting. So he might be getting a double dose of training today. Which is going to go really, really well for him, I'm sure.
All right. And now everybody else is up early and doing what they're supposed to be doing. What is Trash doing? Especially because you're not allowed on the academy premises, so you don't have a room.
I don't have a room.
Sleep on
I've
the
got-
ship.
I sleep on the ship, which is very far away, and so I am asleep, snoozing through multiple alarms until the last possible second, at which point I frantically pull on most of my clothes, enough to be presentable, and hop in my speeder and drive at breakneck, ridiculous speeds to show up, I'd say 10 minutes late. I feel like 10 minutes late feels about right. That feels like about as good as I could pull it together. A little green, a little wobbly. I'm not going to say I didn't throw up off the side of my speeder as I was driving. Who's to say if that happened or not? It did. But
No one saw it. So it
no
doesn't
one
even
saw
count.
it. Yeah. I mean, whoever was behind me, sorry, but I'm here. I am here.
Aren't you a turquoise Twi'lek? How can we really tell if you're green?
I'm a slightly different shade of turquoise,
I see.
and so yeah, I am arranging my clothes so that the majority of my body is covered as I walk into the Jedi Temple, where I am not really welcome. So that's cool. This is fun.
Okay. So Solana said you're allowed in her office, but she has to escort you there. So she is waiting down in the actual like main lobby area. And everybody else has arrived. Trash is showing up 10 minutes late. She is not pleased, but clearly whatever's going on is more important.
I mean, honestly, 10 minutes is sort of best case scenario. So
Mhm. I had money on not at all. So
Do you say that to her? Do you say 10
No.
minutes is our best case scenario?
No.
She can feel it. She's like staring at you and then staring back at Trash and just kind of like, which once again, she doesn't have eyes, so you can just feel through the force that she is like pissed.
Like,
As you get there, she's like, I guess I could have expected worse, but follow me. And she leads you through the temple to her office. She's in there's like different wings, and her wing is kind of like the art wing. It would be the art history department, which in this, because the Jedi's value art, is actually very well funded and quite beautiful and elaborate, and isn't like a closet. Sorry, sassy art history major showing through.
I'm like, man, if only it was here.
So as you walk through, you see other students passing by. There's little Padawans who are like trying to rush over to their next lesson, and it's kind of a lot of marble and stone, very beautiful throughout. And you get to her office, and she immediately shuts the door behind you, and there are two like temple guardians outside the door, which is kind of unusual. For her, you would know, is not normal. And she's just like, make sure no one comes in here until I'm done. And so she rushes over to her desk and starts pulling out some data pads and like getting ready. What are y'all? How do all of you feel about what's happening? This seems a little unusual compared to how you've gotten missions in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Normally she just walks down to the lobby and is like, data pad, go.
I mean, I definitely had a sort of stomach drop when I saw the Temple Guardians. Definitely like, uh-oh, this is it. Jig's up. This is where they throw me in jail. So also a little relief when we just walk past them, but give them a little side eye.
They don't react to you at all.
Of course not.
I think I'm actually just going to straight up ask her, like, is all this security really that necessary for this mission? Should I be concerned?
She kind of sighs and she's like, we may have a lead on a very dangerous artifact. And this is something that, well, I understand that the galaxy's been at peace for a long time. But if this got into the wrong hands, it could be very, very bad.
Chio is trying desperately to hide his excitement at the possibility of, like, actual adventure and not just, we're going to watch people dig in a hole for a couple days and take what they bring out back to the temple. He's very, very intrigued and is probably even leaning in a bit more to, like, get all the information.
She feels it, but she's not like really focused. She's like, of course, she's kind of like, oh, she is excited, but she's not really paying attention to that. So she's shuffling through the data pads, trying to get all the information out. Does anyone else have anything they want to do or say before you get your mission?
I think Kieran knows it's not like Master Shio had something to say, and Kieran's gonna ask him questions later, but not in front of her. Yeah.
She's a little scary.
I'm gonna take my cue from Kieran there. Like,
Okay.
I feel like when we're in the temple, Kira does, like, I have no problem just taking all my cues from him.
Okay. So she finally gets all of the stuff in order. She hands each of you a data pad, which normally you only get one.
Ah, sweet, my own data pad.
And she pulls up a little hologram of a temple. And each of you roll to see if you recognize what this is.
Do you want...
Probably judgment?
That was my guess, yeah.
Yeah. Do judgment.
Oh, that one fell on the floor.
Holy moly. Wow.
Well, that's an experience for me.
And that's
no.
boxcars for me right out the gate. So
That
means
just a straight 6.
I'm
so
only
I
going to
got
roll well. Also,
How's-
it's don't forget to watch for your doubles.
Yeah. Okay, so how did Kira and Trash do?
I got a 6, so that's better than I actually expected to get.
I got a 3.
Okay. Y'all don't really know. Shio, because you've been a master for a little bit now and you're a knight for a little bit now, you've heard of it, but you've never really seen it. You have an idea that it's a Sith temple,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't know any significance about it. You're just like, okay, that's a Sith temple, I guess. Trash, you kind of know that it's a bad guy temple, but you don't know more specifics on it. Everybody, Kira and Kieran are.
Oh, I
That
don't know.
looks like ours.
Maybe I misspoke. My total was a 14.
Oh
I
no,
got
yeah, you did.
Boxcars +2, so
Okay, that makes sense now. Sorry.
that's all right.
Yeah, Kieran, after all his time in the library, has to resist the urge to tell you all exactly what it is, and he is sitting there. Well, actually, no. Roleplay this. Do you blurt it out to everybody?
Yeah. What's
you
the name of
find-
it?
It doesn't have a specific name, but you know that it is a Sith temple, most notably from Moraband.
It's on a planet of Moraband.
It's a temple that's on the planet Moraband, and you've read little bits about it through some of Yoda's
Mm-hmm.
holocrons, and you've heard of it, but you don't. It doesn't have like a specific name. You just know that it is a Sith temple on Moraband. You know that this hasn't been seen in a really, really long time,
Yeah.
and typically no one goes to Moraband because it is a Sith planet. It's pretty much just like there are some Jedi who patrol that area and kind of make sure no one goes there. But it is pretty off limits.
This is Master Solana, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I think Kieran's almost like, I don't know if we were sitting or whatever, but like lurches forward to the hologram and is like, Master Solana, is that the temple on Moraband?
Yes, Kieran. I see you've been, well, not really a surprise. You've been spending a lot of time in the library.
This is incredible. I mean, I've only found bits and pieces about this. It's a Sith temple, isn't it?
Yes. It's a Sith temple. And
Wow.
I hope, as a Padawan, that you are ready to undertake this mission. I have seen the temple once up close in my younger days, but typically we do not allow you to go there. Unfortunately, we don't know specifically where this temple is, as it seems to... Well, it doesn't seem to have the same coordinates on Moraband throughout the day, and we can't seem to pinpoint it.
Huh.
Is
There
it
has
possible
been-
that it's been clouded by the dark side?
Yes, we're not entirely sure if it's the dark side, if it's, well, science. We're not sure what's going on with it. But lately the temple was dormant. Our Jedi who patrol the area hadn't seen any activity on Moraband for years. It seems to have disappeared. And we're not quite sure why. We're going to keep an eye on Moraband. I'm not going to send you there yet. But there is an informant on Coruscant who may have some more information about the temple and what's going on there. But I must make it clear to you that this temple, it holds a lot of secrets and a lot of power. If someone or something could have activated it or gotten a hold of it or gotten inside of it, it could mean very, very bad things for the galaxy at large. We at the temple, we try to keep Sith artifacts to us, and we try to study them as best we can, and it's been proven that we haven't seen a lot fall to the dark side over the last 100 or so years. But this temple, this well, I fear that it means the return of something greater. An enemy that only the Jedi can take down. So this is of the utmost importance, and you must be discreet. Only the Council and us know about this.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yes.
yeah. Words. So Coruscant, find the informant, see what he knows, or she, or they. I'm not entirely sure. I only have a rough dossier, which is in the datapad. See what they know. See if you can find out more about this temple, and more about why it would have disappeared. We'll keep an eye on Moraband for now. Hopefully, you don't have to go there. It is a most treacherous place.
Yes. Hopefully not.
Yep.
I sense excitement into your voice, Master Mark.
Just excitement to serve the Order and ensure safety amongst the galaxy.
She smirks at you and kind of laughs. Like, she knows.
Of course she knows. I have made it very clear.
She feels it, and she's like, as for everyone else. And she also is kind of just like, she actually looks at Shio for a second. She's just like, do you believe that your Padawan is ready to undertake something that could potentially be so dangerous?
I do. I may critique him on his lack of martial prowess, but what he lacks in martial ability, he more than makes up for in knowledge and intuition. I think these traits are going to serve him well while he's catching up in the combat realm. He knows things. I think he will be a great asset.
Clearly, considering he's the only one of you. She's very pointedly saying this towards Shio, who could tell what that was. It's something you've learned about before, I'm sure. She kind of laughs and pats you. Like, she means no harm.
No, it's absolutely good-natured ribbing. Like, I should have been able to call it. Like, yep, I learned about that back in Dark Side 101.
And then she turns to Trash and Kira and is kind of like, and Dian is also in the room with all of you. Dian was the first one there. And it's like, you may not be trained fully in the ways of the Force, looking at Dian and Trash, and then, or not at all, looking at Kira. But you are skilled, and your skills will come in handy for this. I understand that this is a dangerous mission, though, and, well, now is the time to back out.
Shio's going to look at Trash for his response.
Trash is just standing there? Oh, yep. No, cool. Everything's cool.
Good, because you're the best pilot we have.
Oh,
That's the nicest thing she's ever said to you.
I am gonna sleep well tonight having that nugget of praise. Also not trying to say anything or touch anything in this room.
She looks to Kira.
I would never abandon my brother in his time of need, nor the mission of my family.
Glad to hear it. We'll need your martial skills. I'm sure you're the only one who can show up Shio. Other than myself, of course. And then Dian kind of nods and agrees that she will also be undertaking the mission. All right. So she gives you your data pads, which has kind of everything she's told you about the Sith Temple, and it has the details on the informant on Coruscant, which just say that it is you're looking for an Umbaran in the Undercity of Coruscant. You don't know anything else about this person. says that they frequent a local bar down in the Undercity on level 1313, but you don't. So you're gonna have your work cut out for you finding this person.
I mean, how can we find one bar in the Undercity of Coruscant? How hard can that be?
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Yep.
Before you leave, though, she goes,
Oh, yeah.
the local hut may have some more information.
Of
And
course.
sends you on your way out of the room. The temple guards,
Which
the temple
hut was that?
guardians. Huh?
Which hut?
The
Local
hut,
one.
the local hut.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot the name of
Local.
I
it.
have it written. Kagatha.
Kagatha, that's right. Kagatha the hut. Oh. Y'all made it, and now I have to try and figure out a hut voice, y'all. I love you.
Oh, well, now we have to go see the hut.
Yep. For an extensive, in-depth conversation.
Yep.
I expect to catch them monologuing.
Lots and lots of talking huddies. So much huddies.
Which I think is just a lot of grunts.
Okay, so as we leave and pass the temple guards, which I will give them a bit of a bow, like a acknowledgement, like,
yeah,
you're doing good work, keep it up.
They stand stoically straight ahead, but
good. As I expected.
Like I appreciated it.
I'll accept that.
No.
I'm going to walk alongside Kieran. So, Kieran, since you seem so knowledgeable on the temple, why don't you give us a breakdown on the folklore and the legends around the temple so we know what we're getting ourselves into?
Well, I wanted to ask you, I was hoping I could swing by the library and, transfer some things to my holocron to make sure we have enough to go on. I know some references that would be really handy to bring with us, and I wouldn't want to leave without it. Maybe I could say something about it on the way?
Of course. As I've told you, knowledge is power.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go to the library.
Okay. Trash, what are you doing to prepare?
Well, I'm gonna sidle up to Shio after Kieran walks away and say, so, I mean, I know some people in with the huts. We can do that, and we can go to Coruscant. I've got some friends, acquaintances, colleagues of a sort in those realms. But, I mean, I'm just putting it out there that we have a ship and we've got coordinates and we could just, go to the place and see what's there. That's an option. I'm just saying.
How dare you?
There's a lot of information on this pad, and just to check it out. We just
Joey,
get a sense.
do you want to role play this, or do you want to leave this up to the chance of the dice as to whether or not Shio agrees?
I want to roll to see how badly he wants to go.
Okay.
And then, because I think in my brain, I can reason it myself out, but it'll help me figure out exactly how much of how close he is to being yeah, let's fucking do this. All right. So would this be judgment?
Probably, I think so.
Okay.
It's how well you can decide. It's how good is Shio maintaining his
To
judgment?
search
right
your feelings.
Search your feelings. You know you want to go.
Okay, I'm getting new dice because that's the second 6 I've rolled. So that is another experience point for me. Hooray. Bully for me. So Shio is roll. The temptation is there. Like it's like, oh, that'd be so. It's exactly what I want. And he leans in and whispers to Trash. If it was just us, I'd be on the ship right now. Unfortunately, I have someone else's life in my hands. And getting him killed may not be the best thing for either of us.
No, I mean, obviously that would be bad. And we could avoid that. I mean, Kira's real handy.
Yes.
It isn't just you and me. There's a bunch of us. And I'm not saying, listen, I just want to be clear. I'm not saying that we should, like, check out the temple and see what is in there, which is probably really cool. Like, really cool. I'm just saying we just, like, cruise by. Check it out.
Just cruise by on our way to Coruscant.
Maybe, yeah. Like, on our way, we just detour. Just take a look. What's a look gonna hurt?
At this point, Kira's gonna pop up, and she's like, and you would walk blindfolded into a pit of vipers.
Oh.
And just, like, it makes no sense to go places where we have no idea what's happening or what might be waiting for us. Instead of finding out what might be waiting for us, I need to know how many explosives to bring.
Well, bring them all. But it's just, look, I'm just saying we take a look. We just cruise by.
Your idea of cruising is crashing.
Ow. Offended. But I'm just, we land the ship. We take like 2 steps out.
Wait, now we're landing. Here's the thing, Trash. We don't know where we're landing yet. It's a big world, probably.
Probably.
We don't have the exact coordinates. Even the master said they can't find it. If this informant's going to help us locate it, then we're not going to be wandering around blind on a planet with so many unknown horrors that we can get killed every which way we want. I think we need more information. Okay. And yeah, I think having Kira say those things kind of snaps Shio back into his own head. Like, yeah, she's right. You're being dumb. Like, stop thinking with your lightsaber, Shio. Or do. No, yeah. So I think Shio's gonna kind of knock some sense back to himself and like, no, Kira's right. We need to do this by the books, especially if this is as dangerous as the master and Kieran say it could be.
All right.
I want adventure, but I want to be able to live past the adventure. You don't live by stumbling foolishly.
Yeah, but you get really good stories that way.
Yeah, and I want to be alive to tell them.
All right. I have more faith in us than you guys do. That's totally fine. We can do it all the safe way and let everybody know what we're doing, and then they can get there first. It's totally fine.
I would respect your argument a lot more if you didn't smell like vomit.
Well, whose fault is that?
Yours.
I don't remember it that way, and I take offense at this entire turn in the conversation.
Based on how much you drank, I doubt you remember anything the right way.
I remember that there was a fight that I did not start, that I helped to try to end, and then there was drinking that all of us participated in. I remember it was a very group effort sort of event. And I don't think I'm the topic of conversation here. I was just offering a possibility of adventure and fun and learning for everyone. But fine. Coruscant is fine.
I mean, there's adventures to be had on Coruscant.
I'm sure. I just figured getting there first, getting boots on the ground would be good for us. But okay. Fine. It's fine. And I walk away.
Okay. So now Trash has planted the thought into your heads that you could just go straight to Moraband, which is an option. So Kieran is off in the library. What is Kira doing to get ready before you either go talk to the hut or just head to Coruscant?
I think I'm just gonna go back to wherever I happen to be staying at the moment and start packing. I want to make sure I have, as much as I don't think we should go straight to the site of possibly the return of the most evil force in the universe, Trash did have a good idea, which is pack all the explosives. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then just meet up with everybody else. Okay. I am as prepared as I can be walking into insanity.
Okay. And you have a room in the Jedi Temple that you get to stay in when you're here.
When?
So you can
Which is more than I could say for Trash.
Through no fault of my own. Thank you very much.
Once again, that is 100% your fault.
You're literally flying the speeder. That is the reason.
The reason is the rules are just too restrictive, and that is not my fault.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And it's funny because Trash has a room. He's just not allowed in it.
Yeah. It's kept as a shrine. It's very nice. I appreciate that.
It's been completely vandalized.
Okay, what is Shio doing?
I mean,
Get ready.
look, as a Jedi, Shio doesn't have a lot to pack, so that's fun and easy. He's gonna speak with whatever liaison they may have at the temple to make an appointment to speak with the hut, because they gotta get this going, and we're not waiting in standby to speak with the hut.
Okay. You go up to Master Column.
Is he related to Master Tab?
Master Callum.
Callum.
And he is a short man with blonde hair, pretty stout, tan skin. But he's become kind of the underworld liaison, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a desk in the office. He's there, and he's like putting things on a data pad, making appointments. So you walk in, and how are you going to request?
I'm gonna casually head up to his desk and put on a smile and greet him politely. Master Column, how are you today?
Hello, Shio. What is it that you need? He kind of pushes up some spectacles that he wears.
Why do you always assume that I need something when I come to see you? I can't just make polite conversation.
Everyone needs something when they come to see me. It's kind of the rule.
You make a good point. I do have a request. We are looking to have an audience with Kagatha the Hut. We are in a bit of a rush. We are on very, very important business for the order. I was hoping to make an appointment. Maybe you can help us get a little further up on the list so we're not waiting for hours. Smile.
Roll.
Okay.
Roll.
Sway someone, I think is.
Yeah, there's a sway someone.
Okay.
I have it.
There it is. Okay. You two D6s go away. That is 2 6s in a row. I don't want to roll you right now. You know what you did. Let me get these dice out. Okay. And here we go. Big bucks, big bucks. No whammies, no whammies. Well, that's a 7 on the dice plus 1 is an 8.
Okay. So he looks kind of annoyed, but he's like, he gets a sense of urgency, like you genuinely need this, and he's kind of like, well, let me see what Kagatha has and what her appointments are like. She's very busy, as you know.
Oh, I'm sure running the entire underworld on a planet is very, very taxing.
And he starts shifting to the data pad, and suddenly he gets to your name. And there's like, his face kind of changes for a second. And he looks at you, looks at the data pad. It seems you've been marked as utmost importance, so I guess I'll just bump some things around. Huh. It's weird. Not often that you see an urgent thing here. And
like I said, it is imperative that we speak with Kagatha quickly. I was unaware that the temple had made any kind of special arrangement. I wish the Grandmaster had listed that in among our assets.
it's just unusual. Usually you're just getting art pieces. That's not like important.
Art pieces are important, whether or not you believe that, Master Callum. But that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion.
Kind of shrugs, and he's like, well, I can get you in tonight. But Kagatha's been in a weird mood lately. It seems like some of her shipments have gone missing. So you may want to bring some alcohol or something as an offering.
I believe that can be arranged. Are we having issues with bandits taking over shipments on World?
It doesn't seem to be bandits. We're not really sure what it is. It's like very specific things and odd things go missing. It doesn't seem like anything important. It's mostly shipments of gems and random crystals. Like a couple colon crystals have gone missing, but nothing super valuable. Not even kyber crystals. We're not really sure what's going on.
Interesting. Okay, I'll keep my ear to the ground.
And they don't seem like bandits. All reports have said kind of normal people just wearing weird robes.
Weird robes?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like anything to be concerned about, but we have put a few more Jedi out just to, keep an eye on it.
I think I'll let you know if I see anything.
Sounds good. All right. You have an appointment tonight. Like I said, bring a gift. She's kind of
Always.
bad.
Always.
That'll be all you can get out of my office.
As you wish.
He kind of sniffles and goes back to doing what he was doing.
Playing Sudoku.
Yep. Was 100% just playing Sudoku, which is now canon to Star Wars. But it has more apostrophes than usual.
Mm-hmm. And extra vowels.
Yeah. It's like Sudoku. It's fine. Okay, so you have your appointment with Kagatha. And it seems Solana has made some arrangements for you to get that.
Good to know.
What is Trash doing right now?
Well, apparently taking a shower. I guess in the ship, showering and changing my clothes and throwing clothes into the washer. I guess there's a washer. Just sort of general stuff, and definitely spending some time with the data pad and examining all of the details about Morbin and how far it is, how quickly we can get there, nearest jump points, things like that. Last coordinates of the temple, just normal prepping stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course.
Yep. Plotting.
And you have access to all this information on that data pad. So.
Yep. Plotting a few jumps from Coruscant to Morbin.
Mm-hmm.
All that sort of just getting some information, updating the computer on some information. And that's just about it.
Okay.
Maybe calling a couple people I know on Coruscant.
We don't really have a move for this, but I feel like as someone who is kind of a smuggler scoundrel type, I think you would have some contacts on Coruscant that could keep an eye out for any suspicious Umbaran figures.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Maybe roll.
Let me think of what this might be.
Move.
I mean, judgment, because it's a little Pierce the Veil-y.
You know what? I'm actually going to modify provide aid in this case.
Okay.
So it's like, it'll be like them providing aid, but I want to see how much aid you actually get from them.
Got it. So provide aid. Let me just sort of look at that. So 2d6. Let me roll and see what we get. That's a 9 on the dice.
Okay. You reach out to like a number of people. Not all of them get back to you, but about four people, 4 of your contacts get back to you, saying that they'll keep an eye out for figures and update you as information goes along. You have one person who says that they have seen an Umbaran woman frequenting a local cantina down in the Undercity.
Cool.
And that they will be following her around to
Great.
see if they can get any more details, see if they fit the profile that you have.
Perfect. Yep. If they can just send me some 20s, throw up some 20s as we go, that'll be great.
They all expect you to pay them.
And I tell them the money is in the mail, and I will get them back on the flip side.
They're used to you doing this, and you get a okay.
Cool.
A 9 is good enough to get you these contacts to work for you. So now you have some contacts on the ground in Coruscant, following around in the Undercity, stalking potential targets.
Cool.
But you have one specific thing saying that the Umbaran might be an Umbaran woman.
Got it.
Who wears something that looks kind of like Jedi robes, but they're a little unusual, a little tattered. The person they look like they could be a Jedi, possibly a former Jedi, or some other kind of religious figure.
Got it. Well, I update my data pad, and I guess I share that info with Shio.
So are you all back together did you all go back to the ship? Shio, are you going to return to tell Trash about your meeting with Kagatha? Kira and Kieran, what are you doing? Because Kieran went to the library. Kira's got her stuff packed. Are y'all headed back?
Yeah, Kieran has like downloaded a bunch of stuff to his holocron. And then also I kind of picked out my last gift here. I'm going to go with epic armor, cause he's got his like Mandalorian armor, but it's meshed. You know how the Jedi in the Clone Wars had like clone trooper armor with their like robes and stuff kind of like stitched in, like combined. Does that, yeah. Okay. So it's like that, but instead of clone trooper armor, it's Mandalorian armor, that is his like, from the traditional, going home and having things passed down and all that. So he's got that stuff. He probably has a blaster as well because his family would be embarrassed if he didn't have one. But other than that's what he does to get ready. Is he goes and gets that stuff, and he always has a lightsaber, but he gets his blaster to put on and that, and he has a small bag, but other than that, it's just that stuff ready to go.
Okay, I'm sending you some stuff from your research in the library.
Cool. Cool.
There's a little bit more, but okay. So y'all are back on the ship. Trash may or may not be plotting courses for things. Shio, are you going to impart your meeting knowledge about?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll let everybody know. So, good news. We've got our appointment with the hut. Apparently, the Grandmaster gave us priority on that. Would have been helpful to know. But this evening we are meeting with Kagatha. We need to get her a good gift. I'm thinking some kind of alcohol seems appropriate. Apparently some of her shipments have been light or missing. And I don't want to deal with a sober hut.
No one wants that.
Yep.
So,
well, I mean, no one wants their property to go missing, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Trash, any recommendations on where we can get our hands on some quality alcohol in the marketplace?
I know some places. I mean, do you think, just throwing it out there, do you think Kagatha would like us to find the person who is shorting the shipments?
I think that would be a good idea, but I don't think we have the time. The Jedi Temple is sending more Jedi out to look for these people who seem to be pilfering. They didn't mention they were wearing odd robes. The Master Callum did not get into much more specifics than that. So maybe keep an eye on that. But yeah, I think in addition to alcohol, if we could bring in these ne'er-do-wells who are lightening her loads, I think that would be a good idea.
Let me roll. I'm going to roll a real quick, judgment roll, just to sort of see if I can, what I'd like to do is, if I know the kind of liquor that's been missing, then maybe we can buy exactly what's been missing. And I don't know, while we're doing it, maybe see the people who have been stealing it. I'm just spitballing.
No, I love that idea.
So I'm just gonna let me roll a little judgment here. Which is good because it's a -1, so that's a 6.
Can I provide aid?
Yes, please.
Okay, so that is D6 plus tangles. But I don't think we did kind of tangles. We did the deck of my cards.
Yep.
So how many connections? I think I just have the one with.
Yeah.
All right, so it'll be 2d6 plus 1.
2d6 plus 1.
Okay. Hear that, D6s? We're gonna do better this time, right?
What could go wrong?
So many things. There we go. That would be an 11 plus 1 is 12.
Woo! So
Provide aid to what Trash is doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That gives me
All right.
a +1, makes it an 8.
Yup.
Oh. I think you were. Okay, yeah, that works. And that's fine. And you get +1 to the roll and gain a thread.
And gain a thread. So maybe, since we're not doing threads, +2?
Sure. Well, threads are experience.
Yeah, threads
yeah.
are XP.
Oh, threads experience.
Yeah, we'll just end up calling
Get that
them something
experience.
different.
Yep. All right. So I add an XP.
Perfect. Now, does the experience, do we both get the experience, Jason, or is it just the person who's getting the aid?
Just the receiver of help.
Perfect. Just want to double check.
Yep.
All right. So Trash, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm trying to, I want to make sure that I know the kind of booze that has gone missing, or the kind of, if there's booze gone missing, and then where we could go and buy exactly that, in the hopes that that person will point us either advertently or inadvertently towards the people who are stealing said booze.
Okay, so booze is not gone missing. It's mostly crystals and weird items. But you do know of a local underground booze dealer who Kagatha favors, whom she has traded with in the past, who may have some familiarity with Kagatha's trade routes.
Ah, okay.
So while they might not know specifics about the crystals or what's gone missing, they will know the routes which Kagatha frequents for her shipments.
Mm-hmm.
So that it'll still point you in that direction, but it might not be as specific as if you went to someone who knows more about the crystal shipments.
I think that's a good place for us to start. We can ask some questions.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. So I thought her booze shipments were getting pilfered, but it's her crystal shipments that are getting pilfered, and she wants booze to deal with life like we all do.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, I'm up to speed now. We're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Nope.
She wants. It's customary to bring a gift to her.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, booze pretty much never fails.
No.
But you can go to
head
her
of the person
dealer
stealing
and-
from her, you know.
Or the head of, or some of the stuff that they stole.
Okay, well,
Or
we're
all
not
of-
decapitating people. We will bring the entire person.
Does it
So-
have to all be in one piece, though? I mean,
It's true. You know what? We don't want to rob Kagatha of the experience of decapitating the person, though.
What she does with the person is her business.
Mhm.
I think she should take them to the local authorities. However,
aren't you the local authorities?
You're like the special forces.
yeah, I don't have official jurisdiction here.
Mhm.
There are actual authorities and like actual law enforcement and stuff in the town that is the Jedi don't get as involved. They're not you can't arrest someone. You can just kind of make the authorities aware of what's going on and help, and you can work with them, but you are not a cop.
Right, exactly. If it were specifically Jedi business, potentially.
Yeah.
But this is not Jedi business. It is just the Jedi assisting.
This is you taking some like Jedi help out and can be requested for high security operations, but your job is not to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't have a beat.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. I think this is a great plan. I think this is great.
Cool. Are y'all gonna take the speeder down to the alcohol dealer then?
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Okay. Figure out a name for this alcohol dealer. All right. So you're taking the space. You're taking the speeder down to the alcohol dealer, whose name is Lucen. And they are a tallish Twi'lek woman. She's purple. She's made quite a name for herself as having the best alcohol, like knowing where to get the best booze across the galaxy. All of her business is completely 100% legitimate all the time.
Of course.
Nothing is ever fishy about it. But you know that even Gemma gets shipments from this woman. Like she's kind of famous, and because she deals in booze, no one's going to take her down because they want good alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you come to her. She has like a local shop kind of in town that is like a legitimate business. It's like a liquor store. The good stuff is down in the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
But you can go to her. So what are you going to ask her though is kind of really the question. And also, what are you going to buy? Do you want cellar good secret booze, or do you want regular above board booze?
Well, I mean, I think we want the cellar booze. I think we want to get a good working relationship with Kagatha. Not that we don't already have that, but it can always be improved.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she's a legitimate businesswoman, so there's nothing nefarious about the cellar booze.
And I feel like when we go down to the cellar, also, we'll be further away from prying eyes, and we can ask a question or two.
Not to mention spending more money with Lucen might make her more willing to talk.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in and she's kind of like, also, you're pretty well funded by the Jedi Council in this moment. So as long as you're on Breldun, you have access to some finances. It's when you leave that you will have a pretty limited amount. She sees you come in. She's like, "Oh, hello there." Oh, French accents. All right. Fucking Twi'leks. All right. I'm knocking things over. So she greets you and she's like, Master Shio, it's good to see you.
See you, Lucen. How's business?
Well, it has been a bit slow. You see, the hut is a bit annoyed and not coming in as often as she used to. So it's been a little... Thankfully, we were well paid and compensated for the Lieutenant Governor's party at Gemma's place.
Yes, I heard that was quite an event.
I did too. I heard some interesting rumors about some things that went down there with a certain Mandalorian and a certain Jedi Padawan. But, rumors are rumors. I'm sure they're not true.
Oh, yes. You can't always believe what you hear.
It's like it was...
Meanwhile, in the background, I'm just kind of preening. I was like, they were talking about me.
Do you have the helmet on right now?
Mm-hmm.
So no one can see what you're just like. There's a proud underneath. It's like,
There's a smirk.
So what can I get for you?
I elbow Kira because I know she's smirking in there.
Well, we have an audience with Kagatha later this evening, and we wanted to bring her a good gift. I know that you have the best selection of alcohols this side of the Outer Rim, so I wanted to come to you first and see what you may be able to offer us.
Well, there, of course, is the finest selection up here, but I think you want something a little nicer than what I carry in the public eye.
Well, if you insist.
Oh, only for the best. And she pats you on the shoulder.
All right.
You also know this is Gemma's girlfriend.
Right. Of course. Hey, it's just nice to be noticed.
She starts entering in a keypad number, and a secret little there's a wall that opens up and kind of slides out, and you follow her down.
Okay.
And it closes behind you. Just so now here we are. Here's the finest goods in all of Breldun. And
Good.
She starts pointing, and she's like, we have, well, don't drink the green stuff. If you're carbon-based, it will kill you. But for a hut, this will do quite nicely. And she pulls down a reddish alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And is kind of showing it to you very clearly, she's hamming it up. She loves selling stuff.
Of course.
She's this is Kagatha's favorite.
Good to know. Well, you've got me on the hook. I'll kind of take a look at it and start figuring out how much of it we want to buy. And I'm going to kind of basically give Trash a chance to start talking underworld talk. Because, I mean, he knows that a bit better than I do, I think.
A little bit. So yeah, I sidle on up to Lucen. I'm like, hey, I mean, this is great. Thank you. We really want to make sure Kagatha, has a good day and is feeling better. because we've heard that there's been some issues of late, some delivery problems. Definitely want to distract her from that whole mess.
Oh, this is very horrible. I cannot believe people would steal such useless items.
Yeah.
But it is not my problem because my shipments arrive on time.
Well, that's good. That's good to know. And no idea at all where these things are being taken, who's taking them.
Oh, my darling Trash. You know that my information comes with a price.
Of course, but obviously we want to make sure your time is well compensated. And look, we're buying among the best of your private stock, all for one of your favorite people and favorite clients. I think that when we get there and we let Kagatha know how helpful you were and how much you thought about her and her tastes and all the great things that you said about her, I think Kagatha would probably be really grateful to know how much you truly care.
This is definitely a sway someone roll.
Let's roll some dice. All right.
But because you do have some underground connections, I will give you a +1.
Cool. Let's see. Hold on. I'm just trying to see if there's any of my moves here that would be useful. Yeah, nope. All right, just straight sway someone, but just straight sway, which is all right. +1. Ooh, that's a 12.
Yes.
Damn, okay. Yeah, she is loving this. You are making her sound amazing, and you are, she loves the idea that you'll ham it up to Kagatha.
Mm-hmm.
And she is just like, okay, yeah. She's like, okay. You has got me. I will give you what I know of the trade routes, but only if you buy one whole case of the alcohol I have pointed out to you. And you know that's not cheap, darling. She kind of winks. But it's still a lower price than she probably would have asked for before.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. We'll take the bulk discount, and money is not really an issue here. We've got Jedi Master Mark right here.
Oh, I know you have Jedi Master Mark right here, and I know that he is a very good customer.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
I have my Master card.
Boy,
Ooh.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, she can give me sort of details on the trade routes and where shipments have been going awry. Because that seems like a good place to start.
Yes. So she goes over and grabs. She has a map up. She goes behind one of her like desks and tables, and there's a map with the routes that she puts her like hand on it, and it activates the different routes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, all right, so pay close attention because I'm only going to do this once. And she starts kind of pointing to which trade routes she has heard have been having issues.
Mm-hmm.
They're not specifically hers, so she doesn't know all of the details.
Mm-hmm.
But she is able to give you there are 2 trade routes she is pretty certain have been seeing the most issue and the most activity. And she's like, so there's one that's a ways outside of the city, but is a very active trade route because of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a desert path through like, the planet is primarily forest, but this one area is kind of deserty. Mm-hmm. And has like kind of a valley going through it with like a river, and it's not super well traveled aside from trade, which makes it a little dangerous. Mm-hmm. But she's like, the dangerous have the fun. And she keeps going. There's another one, and then there's another one that is a little closer to the city. That is still, it is pretty much the final point of most of the trade routes. They kind of come through this at the end, and that's where a lot of the security check-ins happen. And she's like, I don't know why they think they should go there, but they keep attacking it. I don't know. And she's like, so those are the two she can give you that would probably have the most activity and most likely of an occurrence.
Got it.
She does mention that the one that's directly outside the city has seen more Jedi security recently, so it seems like the activity has slowed down there. But it's still possible.
Got it. Cool. Well, thank you. This is all very good information. And we will put it to good use.
Okay. I don't know who Dork Lord of Canada is trying to ban in chat, but apparently someone is. What did you do? Oh, with the MasterCard.
Yeah.
Listen, I am here for the puns.
Like I said, I accept your booze. It is just applause from ghosts.
All right, so you have the two trade routes that'll be most likely to have some kind of activity going on, and I'm guessing you're buying a case of this liquor.
Yep.
All right. She takes your credits, which in this case you kind of like upload from a data pad to hers. Kind of like tap them. They go boop, and it trades. And she takes it and she's like, "It has been my pleasure doing business with you." And she opens up the door for you all, and she kind of scurries you out. She's like, "Now hurry before anyone sees."
Sees what?
Exactly, my darling. Exactly. Exactement. French isn't a language in Star Wars, but it's fine.
I mean, it might as well be.
You're not wrong.
I mean, there are definitely enough apostrophes.
Right?
And useless vowels.
Yep.
Useless ENTs all day long for some reason. All right. So yeah, she
They're
shushes
very
you out of the
necessary
store.
Okay.
Balance purposes.
All
So
right.
I was distracted picking out or finalizing the sale. What's the plan? Trash.
So here's the situation. There are two trade routes that seem to be getting attacked regularly. There's one outside of the city, but that has seen a bit more Jedi security lately. And there's another one that's inside the city, but it leads to a major sort of hub point. And it feels like that might be a good place to sort of lie in wait and see if there's any shenanigans.
I do like a good ambush.
Kieran, what do you think? If you were leading this operation, which one would you attack? Or observe?
Sorry, out of character, I was looking at a couple different things. So the operation is we're trying to get through the place where people are being robbed.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna try to. The plan is to try to scout, maybe, or at least with what I'm putting down, is try to scout out a spot where it's likely someone's gonna ambush a transport, and then we ambush the ambushers. It's a double ambush. It's an ambush turducken.
That requires 3 layers.
Well,
and I don't want to be the duck portion of
No.
ambush turducken.
Yeah, no.
Well, I think there is great wisdom in requiring the enemy to come to you and make the move and be off balance. And if they make the move thinking they are certain about something and then are countered in an unexpected way, this plan makes sense to me. I've read about things like this working.
All right.
Good then. I believe we are agreed. I think we go and scout out this ambush point and try to ambush the ambushers.
I think that sounds like fun.
All right. We're going to take a quick 5-minute before we do this ambushy plan, though.
Yeah. After these messages, we'll be right back. 5 minutes.
Okay,
5 minutes.
be right back.
Hello. We're back.
Hello. I'm so excited to be back. Okay. I needed a quick pee break, which is why I requested a 5-minute break. So thank you. Thank you all for dealing with that. All right.
Stupid bodies.
Yes,
Yeah,
also coffee.
Staying hydrated.
We must be
What
good
the hell
organisms. Yep.
So great. So we left off on you trying to plan either a scout and or ambush of an ambush, if you see one. You bought a case of alcohol from Lucin, who I hope you never see again.
Oh, we're going back to Lucid.
Oh, that we're gonna hang out a lot, but ideally recruit her to the ship.
Oh
I
man.
mean, really, I want some of that green will kill carbon-based organisms alcohol.
Exactly. I just want Lucid to tell long stories. Just talk and talk.
Oh,
So, quick question. So, did we decide on the G-Troc 720?
yes,
Space
you have
Turtle?
not a rusty one, but you have a GH truck 720.
Okay.
It is not in the best condition, but yes.
Now that could theoretically have a like a small, like a little fighter attached to it, or like completely convert the cargo bay or something. Is that something? we
Yeah,
could
I
have
would
with
say
it?
you have anti-air combat is pretty necessary in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it has some blasters. It has like a little pew pew.
Oh, I was thinking like a fighter, like a little fighter
Oh,
jet.
like the
but
Phantom in.
yeah, something like that.
I don't think you do. I think the nicer versions of your ship come with that, and that is something you were trying to upgrade to.
Okay. So, Master Shio, if I could make a suggestion,
Please.
perhaps it would be we could spring our trap even more effectively if I were to exit in the escape pod, broadcasting my need for help and my ability to pay for said help. And when they come to presumably rob me, then the trap could close.
Baiting the trap would be more. The word's completely gone. Productive is the word I was trying to go for, I think. It would be more likely to spring if we did have bait. That's true.
But aren't they stealing like specific things that don't have great monetary value?
That's what it sounds like they are. Yeah, they're stealing. They're trying to steal things.
Like it seems, I mean, if they're taking these crystals and they're leaving, say, the very expensive alcohol that goes along the same routes, that just seems weird and specific.
I could broadcast the fact that I managed to get to the escape pod with my shipment of crystals for the Jedi Academy.
That might work.
I think this is a good idea. I think using Kieran as bait is probably going to be our best bet. No
He
offense,
does help
my
us so
Padawan.
well.
What was that, Pooja?
He does help us so well.
Okay, so what is the full plan here?
So I think the full plan is going to be having Kieran get in the escape pod, broadcasting a need for help, perhaps on a underworld frequency that you might be aware of, to help lure the raiders to him, or we'll be lying in wait, probably behind some rocks or some kind of environmental cover. And once they come to try to rob him, we get the jump on them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
This sounds good.
But we have to be specific, so like you don't accidentally attract other raiders.
Yeah, I mean, you should probably broadcast that you have a package that is due to Kagatha,
Oh.
Mhm.
because that's what she's
Right,
doing.
under the guise of, any friend of Kagatha should aid me, and she will be grateful that you helped me deliver the thing that I... Yes,
Exactly.
an excellent idea, Trash.
Good. I'm glad we have a plan.
Yep. I think this plan will work better if we're outside of the city. I know we may run into some other Jedi out there, but I think the outside the city, less sort of heavily traveled, may work in our favor on this one.
Well, I was thinking in the space lanes, if I was going to use the escape pod, that I would be drifting in space, yes?
No.
Oh, no. They're
These are on
land
the ground.
raiders.
Oh, okay, so my escape pod will have landed.
Exactly. Yep.
I see. Now I understand.
Or
yes.
you're like, I mean, you could be on your speeder and it could
Yeah.
have broken down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
broken-
Then we don't have to waste our escape pod.
Yep. Yeah. Broken down speeder.
I think
we've got one of those.
this could totally be an in-character thing too for Kieran to be like, he was like definitely reading and only hearing half of the conversation of like, yeah, just I'll eject in the escape pod, I guess. Like, no, we're gonna be on the ground. Oh, okay. So yeah, I think he'll go out on a speeder bike with one of those like floating cube, like trailing the speeder bike. And like I think that was the first episode of Rebels, right, where they have the speeder bike with the cube trailer.
Yeah.
And I think I'll be out there with I don't normally wear my helmet with my Mandalorian armor because I feel like Jedi should identify themselves, but I think in this case I'm gonna go out on this trip with my whole helmet, the whole like gear on. Most Mandalorians don't have the whole like robe component, but whatever. We're diverse.
You've
now
got
that-
kind of a Revan look going on.
A what?
Revan.
Sure, Revan or Tar Vista.
Yeah.
Or even like without the helmet, I was picturing like Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars, where he's got
Yeah.
the armor set with the robe over it, and yeah, I love that look.
Mm-hmm.
Especially combined with that whole like, animated Ewan McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
Ewan McGregor is.
Hold on, you know what, folks? I'm gonna try to switch audio here real quick, and there may be a split second where the audience can't hear you, so let me just switch this this like lumberjack camp outside my window is killing me.
Is.
Okay, so
Why would you do that, Bly?
Why would you take notes? I mean, obviously, you're just taking. Oh, I know what you're doing. You're just writing down like
How
brilliant,
awesome we are and how foolproof this plan is.
Yeah, just how brilliant you think this plan is, and all of the many, many ways it will obviously work out perfectly.
Okay, chat, can you all hear us? Hear everyone coming through now that I've switched outputs? Well, there's a little delay on that, but I'm sure it looks like it's bouncing. Like it
Yep.
should be working.
Okay.
They got
You're
us.
good?
Ah, sweet.
Cool.
I am gonna give you. I'm gonna root around in my giant duffel, my person-sized duffel, and give you a smoke bomb.
Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah.
Don't be a hero. I'll cover you from, I'll cover you, but in case you need it.
Okay.
Okay.
And remember, you pull this pin
I know.
just when you need it.
I remember like. Okay. Fine.
Do you remember? Are you sure?
Well, I'm definitely claiming that I remember.
But I pointed it
Alright.
out just in case,
Yep.
because we've never had this problem before.
No, nor this conversation.
Oh, brother and sister. Okay, so you're going to go to the the one outside of the city that's a little less heavily securityed, but also heavily trafficked. And you're going to have Kieran pretend to be delivering some kind of shipment of crystals crashed as bait, while y'all try to send out a help. While Kieran tries to send out a help frequency to underworld channels. To see if you can get.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the rest of you are going to be in wait.
Lying in wait.
Actually, Kira, do you have another smoke bomb that we could modify to slowly let the smoke out so it looks like my speeder is really damaged?
Why don't you just take Trash's speeder? It already smokes.
Ow.
I hadn't noticed.
I can modify it so it looks more damaged than it already looks. But yes, we'll use my speeder and I will make it look bad.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull another different kind of explosive device, and I'm like, this one, what color smoke do you want?
I'm gonna call it Bend Fate here. A Bend Fate move to make sure that you can actually get it properly looking a little broken.
Okay, sure. As I'm like, from Trash, you mean?
If it's the speeder or the whichever one you're going with. If you're gonna make the speeder look properly broken, or if you're gonna go with the smoke bomb to look like it's broken, it's gonna be a Bend Fate move to make that happen.
All right.
Are you? We're gonna say that y'all are there and putting the plan in action, so you're in orbit or like above or whatever.
We're like on our way to the spot.
Yeah.
In my speeder.
Why don't we do this? Like, you are working on the bike, and I'm going to help you, so I can provide aid.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
So, Pooja roll to provide aid, and then Trash roll to bend fate of the object.
Okay,
Please provide
that's an 8.
Got an 8?
Oh, I mean, provide aid. With the provide aid, it's a 5.
Okay. So,
Did you just really break it?
I might have just
I think-
really broken
I
it.
think I'm actually going to break down out there, but not know ahead of time.
yeah, you broke it. You really broke it. But you think you did a great job.
That's a
love
lot
it.
more smoke than I thought you were going to get. I'm impressed.
I
So-
trashed it. It's great. It's great. This is all the plan.
You're not. No one else is aware that it's
Yeah.
broken.
Yep.
Copy
nope.
that.
Everything worked out fine. You're going to be perfectly safe in this, Kieran. Perfectly safe.
Yeah, I trust you, Trash. That's fine.
Yep.
Now, for the trailer cube, I don't actually need to have anything in there, right? For this ruse.
I'm sure we've got some scrap or something on the ship. You can just give it some weight.
Well, what I was
Put
thinking.
Shio in there?
Well, or perhaps my twin sister, because she is, perhaps of a size to fit in the cube.
You want to put me in the box?
Yes. Think of the surprise as you emerge and spring the trap.
I, for one, am in favor of this plan. I think it's interesting and inventive.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of always wanted to be one of those people who jumped out of a birthday cake, so sure.
Yep.
Sure.
There we go.
We can write cake on the
No,
on
we
the
need
side
to
of
think
the
it's
crate.
crystals.
Yeah, cake crystals. There's special. This is from the planet Cake.
Ah, I see. Mm-hmm.
It's spelled K-A apostrophe A-C-K.
K-A-E apostrophe C-K-E.
Oh, good times.
K-A.
All right. So the speeder. So are you going to start this plan in action? Kira's going to hide in the box. You're going to go pretend to break down.
Pretend. Totally pretend. Because the speeder works like a charm.
Can I have gone to like the area they talked about and found the proper places for us to position ourselves for an ambush?
Yeah, you have a battle sense type skill, right?
I have practical tactical brilliance, which is it's more for helping people in battle, but I can
I
can
would
make
let you apply it too, because it's helping you and your team.
Okay. That is a 10.
Okay, so you are able to find some pretty good spots around the valley to kind of position yourself, so that you can keep an eye on what's going on. Trash can you can basically position yourself so you're a little closer, so you can jump in when needed. And Trash, are you a rifle sniper shooter typey, or are you a punchy typey? These are great descriptions.
Well, based on the bar fight, I would say not the punchy type.
Definitely not the punchy type. So let's go. Let's try sniping today. Let's say I'll be the sniper, the backup, and let's see how that goes.
Okay. So you're gonna have your sniper positioned.
Now seems like a good time to discuss my third gift.
I mean, I picture you having a fun, fancy rifle as a Mandalorian, but that's just maybe because I'm used to Mandalorians having fun, fancy rifles.
I mean, I did want a fun, fancy rifle, but I wanted one with a expandable stock so that it could also be used in short-range combat.
Oh, like folded out and yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So when I was
fun.
folded in, it is more of a CQB kind of situation. And then it expands and I can add a scope to it or whatever. So it would be a long range. Actually, I don't need a scope because that's built into me.
Helmet, yeah.
Yeah. So I will say you have one of those. That is a totally proper Mandalorian weapon to have. Just because I like the look of it. But now my question is, do you let Trash borrow it, or do you let Trash use his own little sniper?
And I could have my own because I haven't actually picked my gift. So, I feel like let's. I'll go with the epic weapon, and I've got a sniper rifle. I'm trying to think of what makes it epic. Here's some fun. It's built out of my former lightsaber from when I was a Jedi. So I've now reconfigured the guts to be a rifle.
Oh, I like that.
That's very cool. I love that.
Is your crystal in it?
Yeah, the crystal is in it.
Love it. What color is the crystal?
Purple. Always purple.
Ah, sweet. Mine too.
The best color.
Yeah.
Which
Okay, sure. If you want to be wrong.
I want to be right. And
What is Shio's again?
Best color.
Shio's is a dark green.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm the GM, so purple's the best color. I also own, let me count.
If you want to pull rank.
3, 4. I own 4 purple lightsabers.
Mm-hmm. That seems like the
in
right
real
number.
life.
That's a
That tracks.
Yep.
I also own one that's rose colored, and I have my galaxy. A lot of them can change colors if I really feel like it, but most of them are purple right now. All right. So you have found positions that for you and Trash to hide. And I am going to need a sway person roll from whoever is sending out the signal that you are in distress.
Oh, it's probably me. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'd want it coming from you.
Okay. Well,
You do not have aid here because everybody is hiding.
yeah. I have +0 awe, so this is gonna go great.
So good. At least you don't have
You're
minuses.
supposed
right?
to have like all the Jedi all
Well,
training
when I'm
going.
face to face with someone, I could use the Force to be convincing. But like I took on the arcane, it's called the Voice, but that's like it works face to face, not over the radio. Okay, well that's So let's see, 1 + 3 + 0 is 13, I think.
That tracks.
Yeah.
In Star Wars math, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where
There's
4 is
one
the
in
first number. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
right.
4. I got a 4.
You got a 4.
Well, it's the first syllable of the force, so therefore it must be a success.
So hold on.
Or
So one of the mechanics in Demigods, if you're interested in, I was planning on carrying this over, is that you can spend 1 XP to like give yourself advantage on the roll, and roll a third die. So if that's okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna spend. I have 4 XP already from from everything, so I'm gonna spend one of those and roll a third die. It's a 5, total of 5.
Total of 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
You get static. You're having a really hard time sending this message out. Things just are not working. The speeder seems to have. It's smoking a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, he just did a really good job on it.
Yep. It's smoking a lot. Kira's in the box. I'm gonna say some time has passed. It's getting pretty close. You're getting a little uncomfortably close to when you have to leave for your meeting with Kagatha.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody roll. Why do I keep opening the wrong one? Everybody roll a perform under pressure roll.
Okay.
Okay.
It's 2d6 plus metal.
It's metal. Okay.
Oh god, that's
I
worse.
got a 10.
I got an 8.
Boxcars.
I got a 5 again.
Oh, and that's doubles.
Jail.
Okay.
Broken pencil.
Kira, you're in a box, so I'm not really sure how you could see this. I'm gonna say you hear it. Trash, you got an 8.
Yep, an 8.
You see suspicious movement, but you can't figure out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Shio, you got 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you definitely see this coming. You see it with your eyes, but you don't feel any. It is almost like there is an absence in the force. You can see people coming, but you can't sense them or feel them the way that you would normally.
Okay.
Kieran, you see absolutely nothing.
Oh
and
yeah.
You get bonked over the head.
Okay. Yep.
You're not knocked out, but you get knocked down.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you don't see or feel them coming.
Fall off the bike and yeah.
There are several figures, all humanoid in shape. Some are taller, some are smaller. They all seem to be organic life as far as you can tell. Wearing these strange, like, grayish robes with a weird symbol on them. You can't quite make out what the symbol is yet.
Do you want me to roll for grievous harm, even though they didn't do 4 harm, but they did sort of sneak attack me?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 2d6 plus the amount. So did I take any harm from the hit? Because my armor's worth 2, but
they're not. You don't take any harm.
Okay. So I'll roll plus 0.
But they do want you on the ground, and you have like a vibroblade in your face.
Yeah, that's not great. Okay. Oh, good. Finally, I'm supposed to roll low on grievous harm, and I got another 5, which is 3 rolls in a row now. If you were keeping track at home, but fortunately, on a 6-, nothing worse happens. So that's a good thing to fail.
So, Kira, you hear your brother get knocked down because you rolled very well. So you don't see that they've come in there, but you hear that this has happened. And you hear that it sounds like he's not handling the fight well at the moment. So,
oh, yeah. And I'm sure we have communicators or whatever. Like, I cuss in Mandoa. Like, I'm Like, I've lost my cool at this point.
And you have a human figure staring straight at you. Looks very serious and has a strange symbol painted on their head, and they are pointing a vibroblade at you.
What do you want? I have money. I can. Who are you?
They motion, and two more figures come over to start grabbing the box.
Okay.
And they kind of are looking at you. You see them kind of glance down at your lightsaber and look at you. And they're going to reach down to take your lightsaber.
Oh no, that's not going to work out.
At what point can I force leap in?
When I feel them picking up the box, it's time. I feel like it's time to spring this jack.
Okay, you can
From the
jump. You can
box.
totally jump out and get the drop on them.
I shall.
So you are you going to do anything fancy, or are you just going to like?
I am going to use my swipe
them?
left move.
Okay.
When I jump out of the box, I'm going to use the lid to as like a thing, like a projectile, to fling a small group of enemies out of my way. And the idea is to get them, like all the ones that are around Kieran, to be knocked prone.
Okay. So the way that works, so there are two who've come to get the box,
Mhm.
and then there's the one by Kieran with the vibroblade trying to grab the lightsaber. I don't know if you can get him, but you can definitely get the other two because they're kind of near. They're kind of, they've activated the grav and are trying to move it.
Okay. Well, I'll get the two that
you
I
get
can.
them.
And cool. So that is my business right here. I'm gonna roll my prowess, and I get an 8. So wait, yes, an 8. Sorry, I'm like math. I can do it.
That's fine, because I have a thing for you.
Oh yeah.
Kira. Because I got a 10 plus on my practical tactical brilliance, I got to hold 3. And I can spend one of those holds to add +2 to your smite roll. So now you have a 10.
Great.
So yeah, that was probably part of setting up the ambush site, was giving you an idea of, because our speeder wasn't moving, so you knew kind of where the best places would be to gain home field advantage on any incoming attacks.
Okay. So yeah, you are able to jump out and use the lid of the box to whack these two and knock them prone.
And
They are.
I deal 2 harm to everyone that I hit, and also get to choose an option from Smite My Enemies.
Great.
And thanks to, I am going to make an opening for Kieran. And kind of the way I'm thinking about that is that I just distracted that dude who's got the vibroblade to you enough that he's like, oh, holy shit, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's over there?
Okay, so yeah, he leans in to go get the lightsaber, suddenly sees you pop out of the box, and 2 people get knocked over, and it's kind of like, it's like he's leaning down, reaching for it, and turns his face to see his buddy. So he's currently looking at them. But before Kieran goes, Shio and Trash, what are you doing? Because you are
Shio?
definitely aware of this now.
Shio?
I am going to force leap down and pop right behind Vibro's sword buddy. Unsheath my lightsaber, ignite my lightsaber, click it into Makashi with the curved blade, and do the Makashi salute, and basically use my move to the death. Challenge someone to a duel. If they accept, you fight them one-on-one until one of you surrenders, dies, or someone interferes with the fight.
Okay.
So I'm basically inviting them like, you don't want him, you want me. Let's make this fun.
And you ignite your lightsaber, so now he is very interested in you. But do you have to? What do you roll for that?
It's just, there's no roll for that. It's just I challenge them, and if they accept, then we're locked in combat. So basically, I'd be tanking him effectively.
Okay. Yeah. He now is like, this is not what we thought it was, and now you have challenged him to a duel. He looks at you. He sees your lightsaber. He sees you are very obviously a Jedi. He kind of smirks and presses a button on his vibroblade, and it suddenly turns orange.
Mm.
And he kind of laughs. But he has accepted your duel. He's kind of jumped out of the way of, he kind of like sidestepped and got out of the way of Kieran so that Kieran is no longer to his back.
Cool.
And is like, all right.
So I think once he ignites his his vibro sword and it becomes orange, Shio kind of raises his eyebrows. Hello there.
You're not a general, and he doesn't know your name. But if he did, he did. General Mark. But he's definitely into you, so he is ready to fight you when you're ready. Trash, what are you doing?
So
you now see there are also still two other bodies coming from the other side, not towards. So it's like, here's Box and two guys knocked down. Here's Shio, like they're over here, and then there's two guys running from the other side.
All right, I'm gonna take aim at the first of the two guys running, since Kira's got those two guys down. Shio's doing whatever Shio's doing. So I'm gonna try to catch these two guys that are coming.
Okay.
And that is gonna be, I guess this is just a straight up smiting of the enemies.
Yeah.
For me. Yep. I do fun talky things, not fun shooty things. So let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, that's a 9.
Okay. You can choose from a list of what you want to do.
Let me see.
I'm gonna say with a 9, you only can hit one of them, though.
Yep. I am going to make an opening for an ally.
Okay.
And the idea here is, one, since it's not a silence shot or anything. It's there's sort of with the noise and the light of it. I am also hoping that Kieran will notice there are two other people coming, because I don't think Kieran has noticed so far. And so they'll be focused on me, but Kieran is now aware that there are other people arriving.
So you shoot at them. You don't hit them, but now they're like. So one has decided to turn his attention to you and try to start climbing up to you.
Sounds good.
But the other one is kind of like, wait. Like the shot went right at his feet, and he's kind of freaked out.
Stopped. And now Kieran can.
What's supposed to happen?
Yep, exactly. Now Kieran can go deal with that guy.
Yep. Okay. So now what Shio has jumped in, taken the guy off of you. He seems much more interested in the fully fledged Jedi.
And two people have created openings for me.
I will say you have a +2 against the guy with the vibroblade because he's right next to you, but you still have a +1.
Oh, but he's in the like one-on-one fight with Shio, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just kind of, he's distracted from you though, but that's an opening is there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take that opening. I think I'm gonna go after like what Trash was trying to signal at and show like, there's guys over there, and. Rather than the one that the blast landed at his feet, you said there's one that's climbing up towards Trash?
Yeah, he's running in the direction of where he saw the shot come from.
Yeah, okay. So Is he like climbing up something, or is he like?
He hasn't made it quite to the, but he's gonna start making his way. So he's running over towards the wall of the valley.
Okay. So
Either, he has a blaster, so he's either gonna take a shot or start climbing. He hasn't. He's running there though.
okay. So yeah, I'm gonna like roll up to take a knee and get my blaster out and try to hit with a stun. Try to hit the guy who's running towards the cliff. Hopefully knock him down before he can get up to Trash.
Okay, so you have a +1.
Okay. My God. Anyone want to guess what the total is?
5.
5?
Yeah. I'm gonna spend another XP.
Right.
Wait, don't do that. I still have hold for practical tactical brilliance. Get a +2 to that.
Oh, okay. I'll have a 7.
Yay!
Thank
Gives you
you.
a 7, so you can choose from the list below to what you want to do to him.
Well, what I want is, let's see, what I need to stun him.
In this case, harm will be to stun because
Yeah,
your intention is
okay.
to take these people back to Kagatha, not kill them.
Yeah, so we'll do the harm option, and it's just a regular weapon, so it's 2. It would be worth 2 harm, but like 2 stun harm, I guess. We'll have to come up with a way to track that.
Okay. So now he's like, wait, what? And now he's turning around. He's like, people are shooting at me from all different directions. What is going
Good.
on?
Not going after Trash. That is mission accomplished.
All right. Kira, what are you doing? You have two guys who are knocked prone, and you've done 2 harm to them. And you see that the one that was on Kieran is now facing Shio.
Yeah. And I can't interfere with a one-on-one duel. That would go against a lot of teachings. So it looks like Kieran's got a handle on the one who went after Trash, but there's still one more coming at us, right? Who's just kind of free and clear at the moment.
Yep.
I am going to try to rush that person.
Okay.
And part of rush-in is causing significant collateral damage. By which I'm going to launch off of the speeder in
Oops.
order to get to him faster.
But you might break the speeder.
Yeah, break the speeder. Go right ahead. You should definitely be the one who broke the speeder.
So that is what I'm going to do, is launch off of the already janky speeder
Perfect.
and use my jetpack to try to rush the guy who's still coming at us.
Okay. Is that a roll for you?
It is 2d6 plus prowess.
Alrighty.
Feeling fancy. Gonna use color coordinating dice.
I cannot believe these dice have betrayed me so thoroughly.
I got an 11.
All right. Yeah, you're going to very successfully rush him. But the speeder is smoking more.
And I'm going to on a 10 plus for this one, it minimizes the collateral damage. So yeah, I would say that I didn't snap it in half like I thought I might.
No, it's not snapped in half, but you get a feel that it's a time bomb at this point with that speeder.
And I dealt 2 harm to
Great.
new guy.
He is new guy now because none of these people have names. All right. So you've rushed him and knocked him over and done 2 harm to him. He has he seems really spooked. He was not expecting any of this.
No one
they
expects
all
the Mandalorian in a box.
No one expects Mando in a box.
It's Mando in a box.
First, get a box.
All right. Shio,
Yo.
you are face to face with this one dude. His vibroblade is now glowing orange. And he's the only one that you've seen with the thing on his forehead. The rest are just wearing the robes but this one has boss mode activated.
Cute. Is the symbol something I might recognize at all, or is it just kind of a
Never seen it before.
cute? Yeah, I'm gonna smite his ass real good. Yeah, with my lightsaber, and we're gonna do a roll about it. We're gonna do a good roll about it. I said a good roll. It's not bad though. With prowess, that's an 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. So, something strange is happening as you fight him. His vibroblade is blocking your lightsaber almost perfectly. You can't seem to cut through it in any way. But what do you... I'm going to... You cannot exchange harm on him. You can't do any harm. But what... You can try to force push, take something from him. Like, you got options here, but
Sure.
You can't harm him.
I would like to gain an advantageous position. I would like to gain the high ground.
Okay,
Damn you.
Force leap up. There's your rocks.
It's over now. You have the
Well,
high ground.
it's over. I guess that's the end of the fight. Indisputable.
So I think I will position myself so that I am now on, because I don't know the speeder is about to blow up. I am now on top of the speeder with the high ground, getting ready to get a better shot at him next time.
You hear something click mysteriously, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
And there's more smoke coming
that's
out
the
of
e-brake.
Peter.
The emergency brake came on. That was that click.
Yep.
I feel secure.
This is definitely an emergency.
All right. Trash.
Okay, so
The guy, there's like one guy who's been rushed.
mhm.
Basically, there are 4 guys who are all pretty close, seem to be in a daze or pretty close to being knocked out because they are like, what is happening?
All right.
You can pick any 4 of them, or you can help out Shio, but you don't know what that'll do to the duel.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not getting involved in. There's a lightsaber out. I'm like, that's when I check out. I'm like, that. Nope. You
This
got
is something
that?
the captain has to do on his own. No,
you are good
It's
to go.
really not.
So, yeah, I guess I'll pick one of the other 4 and try to just knock him down for good and for true.
Okay. You can. There's the one that's been rushed. There are the 2 that are prone. One, like they're kind of getting up, but they're taking a second. And then there's the one that's at the base of the cliff by you.
Let me get one of the ones over by the box. One of the ones who's trying to get up. I'm gonna try to pop him and put him down. So let's smite some enemies here. Ooh, that's good. That is a 12. Boxcars.
Oh.
We'd love to see it.
Love to see it.
All right. Well, you get to choose 3 things that happen.
All right.
Roll really well.
Yes.
And it's not listed there, but I will allow that to be take out both guys. But that takes 2 of the 3 things.
Got it. Well, you know what? I'm going to take out both guys. So take something from my enemy, which is their consciousness for 2 of the guys. And then my third thing is going to be gain an advantage position. So +1 forward on my next smite.
Awesome. So you've taken out 2 of them. There are 3 left. Yeah, there were 5 total. Yeah. Math. I can remember how to math. But yeah, so you've taken out 2 of them. There are 3 left. You're doing great.
Nice.
Great job. and you have an advantageous position for the next time you try to smite someone. You also notice the speeder is smoking a lot more, and Shio is standing right on top of it. That could not possibly go badly.
Oh boy. I hopefully will get a chance to do something with that.
I mean, the force will warn me if I'm in danger.
Will it though?
Will it though?
Will it?
That's what I believe.
You are noticed. All right. Force sensitive people. I want you to roll judgment or like a sense your feelings type thing
Well,
here.
I think that would probably be weird.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird.
Okay.
Which I would have a -1, 2, but I added my +1 to character creation to weird. So come on.
I've thrown off the curse.
Yay!
13.
Okay.
Damn. I have an 8.
All right. Shio, you still feel a weird absence in the force around you.
Mm-hmm.
You're still really unsure of what it means, but it seems very strangely isolated to these people.
Okay. So them as a group and not just the one I'm fighting?
All of them
Okay.
seem to be missing.
Got it.
Kieran, you get a sense that they could somehow be negating your force powers a bit. Like you sense this absence, but you also find it very hard and fuzzy to see around them. Like you are having a hard time using the force around them.
Okay.
You're not sure why. It's things are. It's almost like. My best example is Toph in the sand fields in Avatar: The Last Airbender, where like you're not seeing things,
right?
But everything is really like if you were a Miraluka and trying to see things through the force,
right.
Things would suck right now.
I've gotten so used to that extra perception sense that. Okay, so here's something. One of the moves that I took needs some tweaking in the wording. It's called Counterspell right now, as to dispel an ongoing magical effect. Does that? I was originally thinking it's like, oh, there's this, holocron security thing that I'm gonna like use the force to try to manipulate. I thought maybe that would be the right tool for that, but I wonder if it's also the right tool to see like what is happening here, and can I overpower it with my use of the force to like clear that like cloud away.
Yeah, you can try.
Okay. So that's a judgment roll. Wait, I want to roll weird though. Okay, well.
Make that a weird. I would probably change that to weird, because if weird is what the equivalent of the force is, then make it a plus weird.
Okay. So on a 10+, the effect dissolves, and on a 7 to 9, it's shut down for the scene or whatever. So anyway, we can manipulate that, however. Okay, so that's a 7.
Okay.
So normally what it says is the effect is shut down for the scene, but will reactivate eventually. You can interpret that however you want, some sort of temporary effect.
For a moment, you are able to feel normal in the force, but it is taking a lot of energy out of you.
Okay.
And it's going to take a lot of energy to maintain it for the scene.
Can I tell where the source is? Huh.
No.
All right. But I've created like a little bubble around myself.
You've created a bubble for you and Shio.
Okay.
So for a moment, Shio, you have noticed your force leaps aren't as big. Like things aren't quite as finessed as like you're very finessed in fighting, so it's not like super terrible for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you are noticing that like, I can jump higher than that. Like weird little things are happening.
Just like the gravity's off, kind of. It feels like, yeah.
But for a moment, it feels normal. I need like an exhaustion tracker. Kieran, depending on if you want to maintain this is going to physically exhaust you. Because
Okay.
it's a lot of work. Like a lot of work.
Sure. Oh, you know what? Maybe this would have been better classified as the arcane has this spell casting move that like you almost have to always have to pay a cost of some kind, and one of the costs could be like to take 2 harm ignoring your armor. So maybe this will have like a stamina track or something that's along those lines.
Yeah, something like that is kind of what's going on here.
Okay.
And I will let you maintain it longer than the scene if you if you want to take harm to yourself, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I want to take 2 harm now, and then like decide later if I want to keep it up. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll mark
That
2
is an
harm.
option to you. So yeah, okay. That is Kieran's move. Kira, what are you doing?
Okay, so the 2 who were by the box are out. And the one who I rushed in on is stunned, but we've still got dude who's trying to get to trash.
Yeah, you still have the dude you rushed because he's taken 2 harm, and you've got him in your grasp. Like you could knock him out very easily. And then you have dude who's over by trash trying to see if he can shoot him.
Cool. So I'm gonna take care of the one I've got.
Okay.
Shoot him with my stun gun. That somehow just didn't come out quite right. Not really sorry.
No, you're not.
Nor should you be.
Okay, so that is an 8.
Okay. You can choose to do 1 more harm and knock him out, or do something else.
I am going to I'll just do that harm and knock him out.
Okay.
This
Now
would normally be exchange harm, but I have epic armor.
Yeah, that's fine. I will. In this case, since you're just trying to stun them, I'm letting you just knock them out. All right, there are 2 left. One who is desperately trying to see if he can shoot trash, but is also a little freaked out because he got hurt. And the one that is now, he feels a little thrown off suddenly. Like you notice he's a little bit he's looking at Kieran, he's looking at Shio, and he's kind of afraid of what he feels, but he's going to keep engaging with Shio.
Cool. Shio's gonna engage right back. Let's do smite about it. Okay, that is good. That is a 9 on the dice, 11 with prowess, 12 with the +1 for having the high ground that I gave myself last round.
Okay.
I did it, guys. The thing I'm supposed to be good at, I did it.
You're still struggling with his blade, but you've kind of figured out his fighting form, so you're kind of just trying to avoid the blade. You're like, don't worry about that. He's clearly not as skilled as you are at combat. But the blade is still negating your lightsaber. So
Sure.
what do you do to him?
So since I'm in Makashi form, I basically parry his thrust and go in for a riposte. So I knock his blade aside and then go in for a slash to his side. And I'm going to exchange harm. I'm going to crush them, which gives me, let's do 1 additional harm. And I am going to take something from them. And so I think in addition to that, I'm going to use a bit of force manipulation and pull their hood over their eyes. So they're blinded.
Okay. So you do 2 harm to them.
Well, with my epic melee weapon, I believe it's forearm. Yeah?
Oh, well then you knock him out.
Oh, okay, cool.
These aren't, he was tough, but the rest, they're not super, they weren't prepared for a fight. And because Kieran did his force thingy that he did, because he amplified the force around you, you are able to use the force manipulation to kind of like trip him.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
You get a sense that you might not have been able to use the force against him previously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. That's very strange.
So he goes down, and you don't knock him out. But he falls down, and you're out of combat.
Perfect.
And Kieran, you are exhausted.
Yeah.
That took a lot of energy. But yeah, he's down. His vibroblade is off to the side. It's no longer orange.
Well, I'm gonna pick that up.
Is there still the haze pushing against it, or does all of that go away?
Nope, the haze is still there.
Okay.
You get a sense it might be them.
Yeah.
Causing,
Yeah.
like just their existence.
Yeah. I think Kieran drops to a knee in the dirt there near Shio. And that, like, the little bubble he created, I'm just going to let it collapse because I don't want to keep taking harm to maintain it. But so it like snaps in, and I'm just going to say, Master Shio, I think they're creating some kind of resistance. I can't. I tried to push it back, but I can't keep it up. And I think he's probably got like a little bit of a bloody nose, and maybe his like pale eyes are even glowing a little. But his hood is up, and he's like, it looks like he just did a superhero landing, but he just like knelt down.
Yeah. Yeah. Once Shio is able to secure Vibro Sword dude, he's gonna go over to Kieran, and I sensed it too. These people have some ability to mask themselves from the Force. It's upsetting. I didn't think such abilities existed, but you did well.
How could they?
You're stronger than you think you are.
How could they cut off our use of that's? I've never even read about a technique like that.
These apparently seem to be dangerous times we're living in. Perhaps some investigation at the temple is in order, but unfortunately, this is not our task currently.
Okay.
We'll report back. We'll let the temple begin research on this technique and see if they can find a way to combat it. But in the meantime, we have an appointment to keep and a delivery to make.
Do we need to take these guys anywhere?
Well,
They're the delivery, brother.
Oh, excellent. Yes. Okay.
That was the whole point?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Capturing. Okay. Sorry. That was out of character. Never mind. Retcon me.
Trash has a thought, which is an unusual one for Trash. I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. Should we not, because I'm assuming we've all sort of gathered and heard some of their conversation, should we not maybe turn these folks over to the Jedi directly instead of giving them to the Hutts? Because what you're talking about sounds crazy. And I think Kagatha will be okay if we're like, hey, you know that like rustler problem, there's another word for rustler that I'm forgetting, poacher, thief, whatever. You know that problem you were having? You're not going to have it no more. And we did that, so cool, but don't worry about what happened to him. We got him.
We also have a whole case of liquor, so we could just not mention it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I still think we should. I still think it will help us going forward. You know, that like she knows we were looking out for her.
I agree.
Did you tie this guy up?
Yes, I would have. Before I moved over to Kieran, I would have found some way to secure him.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Be it binders, be it using his own rope tie thing to tie him up, like there would have been some kind of securing. And I have his vibro sword because I'm not leaving that around because that's upsetting.
I was gonna see if I could get the vibro sword, but if you've got it, that's okay.
I do want to examine it. I want to see how similar it is to the Darksaber.
Yeah, I want to dismantle this later, but we should
Yeah.
probably just hang on to it for now.
Yeah. So, they had said there were a bunch of Jedi patrolling the area. I think you guys, I don't know, you Jedi people can call your Jedi friends. They can grab them, and then we can go to our meeting.
It's true. The Temple Guardians will want to know about someone like this.
Yeah, right? That's what
I
I would
agree.
figure.
I agree. I think you're correct. Trash, I think you're right.
You know what? That's the best sentence I've heard all day.
Hold on, let me put this into my data pad.
So yeah, I think we'll drop off the bandits either at the temple, or if there's a Jedi patrol nearby that we can leave them off at, and then head to Capitha.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
go
what?
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, you would have enough time to get back to the temple and drop them off, or there are some patrols around because of the increased security. So there is like a little Jedi patrol that you could probably run into, if you trust them, or if you would rather bring them to Solana directly. So, up to you.
Would we be able to bring them to Solana and make our appointment with Kakatha?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, let's do that. We'll bring them in so we can give a first-hand report.
Okay. Do you want to ask this guy any questions? The others are unconscious. He stayed conscious, but
Oh, okay.
he's clearly smirking at the idea of going to the temple.
Mm.
And kind of laughing at the idea that you don't know what's going on. Like, he seems very amused.
Who are you?
A child of the void.
Ring any bells at all? Okay.
It's like, but we will rise, and we will destroy everything that you know.
Why?
The Force, well, it is a plague on all living things.
It's the only reason things live is the Force. You can't, it doesn't make any sense.
How did you do that? How did you mask yourself from the Force?
Wouldn't you like to know?
That's why I'm asking.
You'll find out soon enough, Jedi.
I want to step up next to Shio and use the voice, if I can, and say, you need to answer Master Shio's question. And, try to see if that does anything.
You can try.
Okay. So I get to use weird instead of awe to sway someone.
Right?
Well, it's probably not going to work with Snake Eyes.
Gets
But-
I will
XP
tell
though.
you.
I get one of
I
my
will tell
XPs back.
Yes, you do. I will tell you it was never going to work,
That's fair.
but you are not sure. You were going to be certain of that.
Right.
Now you just think you're bad at it.
Right. Or this haze, or that there's like so many factors that were.
Mm-hmm.
at
You
work.
don't know
Yeah.
why. You're like, oh, it's not working, but you think you just need to practice more.
Yeah.
He starts laughing.
That's the worst.
He's like, oh, young Jedi. Don't worry. We will soon, the children of the void will bring you peace. We'll bring peace to everyone in the galaxy. Soon enough. And
At this point, I'm real sick of this dude, and I'm gonna punch him in the face.
as you go to punch him in the face,
Like, attempt to knock him out, basically. I'm just like, you just stop talking. You just threatened everyone I know. Leave him. Shut up.
since he's prone, you're not going to roll for it. As you do it, he disappears.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Like invisible? Like I'm gonna try and
No, like
grab.
like she goes to punch and goes through him and his robes drop.
Kira, how hard did you hit him?
The other ones are still there. They're unconscious, but he has disappeared.
How is that possible?
Okay, that was weird.
Is the haze still here?
Yes, because the other guys are still there.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
Can I attempt to reach out the force and see if I can sense that haze nearby? Like, did he in my head, I'm like, it's like you're trying to use somewhat like, weird example, but if you're using infrared vision to find a vampire because they have no heat signature, like I'm trying to search out the force to find an absence of the force to see if he's nearby or if he's like gone the way of the dodo.
Yeah, you can try.
Okay. I'm guessing that's going to be a weird.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 10.
Okay. He is gone. Like, so this was going to be very hard for you to do, but basically you reach out, you look for that absence. You feel the other 4 absences near you, but he's gone, just gone. Almost like he reversed force ghost himself somehow. Like he just disappeared.
That's
he
a tricky maneuver, the reverse force ghost.
Yikes.
That is upsetting.
But
you still have the other 4 to take to the temple.
And the Vibro Sword is still there.
Yep.
Okay.
Like this might be too esoteric, but I have the move esoteric, etc. When you pierce the veil about something truly obscure, you take a +1 to the roll. I was thinking, like, what I'm trying to pierce the veil on is like, how does somebody just do, like, as far as I know, the force can't be used to teleport. That's not like in our regular canon, right?
Oh, you can't. Yeah. So you can. Yes, you can do this. And
Okay.
I will give you 1 little negative information.
Okay, so I'll roll pierce the veil with a +1 that's judgment, so it's +2 total. 6, 8. So on 8, I think I get 1 question from pierce the veil.
You do. Oh, you get 2 questions.
Oh, right, yeah. Jeez, that's cool. Neat game.
Wow.
Let's see. What happened to this person?
Okay. They have been absorbed by something.
Whoa.
Their essence and their being has been absorbed.
That's not a great answer. I mean, I'm terrified of the answer is what I mean. And how did this person do that?
They knew they were captured and in trouble. They did not want to be found out, so they willingly let them be absorbed into something.
Okay. So, Kieran starts like 5 different sentences of like, Master Shia, they were absorbed. They allowed themselves to be absorbed, but that's not how you, like, when you become one with the Force, that's not, they've never described it as being absorbed into the Force. That's not.
This is really upsetting.
Yeah.
I have so many things to research.
All right, let's get the other captives back on the speeder. We're going to head back to the Jedi Temple, report this stuff back, and keep our appointment with Kagatha, because I don't know how to deal with this new information. I can't stab this new information, so I don't know how to deal with this new information.
I'm gonna say during this time, Trash and Kira were fixing the speeder, so you can use it.
Sounds good. Yep.
Yeah, because
yep.
it broke.
If you had gone longer in combat, it would have exploded.
It
It broke somehow, and no one's sure.
I don't know how that happened. It was fine when I last touched it.
Mm-hmm.
But since we have 10 minutes left to 1,
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna say that you are taking them to the temple.
Yep.
And the next session will be picking up from the temple and meeting with Kagatha.
Cool. I
That
dig
sounds
it.
good. Dig it.
Also, I did get 5 threads because I've been rolling like garbage, and also double garbage. So I did take cleave. So now I have that move as well.
Nice.
Nice.
I mean, the garbage rolls do something, right?
Yeah.
Yay! I'm very happy about it.
Wait, you don't get one for rolling 6-, right? It's only for devils.
I did not know that.
Okay.
So I did not have cleave yet. But that is a good note. So I think I failed twice. So I have
what
3
is it?
friends.
The
So-
artisan is the only one who gets that, right?
Yeah, and just once per session.
Yeah.
However, I did finish a fight, so this count.
Mm.
You did do that.
Would me challenging him to a duel count as starting a fight?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm back at 5, and I get cleave back.
There we go.
Right.
That's using the system.
Perfect.
I guess that's a good thing to double check. Did I cast a spell?
Yes.
Technically, yes, I think to do the counter spell thing, but I
And-
could be wrong.
Investigate a mystery?
You didn't. You kind of
No.
you pierced the veil to investigate him, but I don't think you've
Nah,
solved the
yeah.
mystery.
That's all right. Oh, I think I only need one more for the gain a thread anyway, so I'll do an advancement as well off screen.
Sweet.
Did I say something sufficiently awkward?
I don't remember anything being awkward.
You said something kind of out of character awkward.
Okay, I'll leave it.
I was like, I don't remember you saying anything sufficiently awkward. You did some really cool stuff, though.
Yeah.
Don't you get one for collateral damage?
I do get one for collateral damage, and I did mark that.
Good.
And then if you thought I was epic, I'll take that.
I will give you one for thinking of the box and wanting to pop out of the box.
Yep.
Yeah, that was very cool.
That was definitely epic.
Yep. I will give you that. And Trash,
Let's see.
I'm gonna give you one for coming up with the repurposed lightsaber rifle.
Oh, cool.
That was really cool,
That
actually.
was
Yeah,
a really
Oh,
good
good.
idea.
for
And
sure.
I definitely caused a distraction,
Oh, yep.
and I rolled double, so I'm 1 away.
Nice.
But yeah, okay. Y'all are so close to. Some of you are close, and one of you is taking advancements.
Yeah.
Great session today, y'all. I'm very excited to see what you do next. But let's have everyone know where you are, where to find you. We'll start with Pooja this time.
Hi, I am Pooja, and you can find me on Twitter at LADaisy That's LADESI Girl. And pretty much everywhere else is Forgotten Saves. I play here. You can catch me on some Sundays sometimes on Happy Jacks RPG, and also on the podcast 12-Sided Stories.
All right, Jason or Jay, not Jason. Wow, Jay, what are you doing around these parts?
Hey, y'all. You can find me on the socials at jholtham in the usual spots and places that you like to frequent. You can also find me as well at 12-Sided Stories and sometimes over at Happy Jacks.
Joey.
Hey guys, I'm Joey. You can find me on the socials at Joey Nestra, because that's my name. You can catch me also on Happy Jacks RPG podcast on some Sundays. You can also catch me every Wednesday on the Games Never Play podcast, playing Shades of Gotham, which is our take on the Harley Quinn animated series, where we're all up-and-coming villains doing villain-type things. And that's super fun and the exact opposite of this character. So that's 7 o'clock over there on every Wednesday. And hope to see you there.
And Jason.
Yeah, hi. I'm Jason. The It's Probably Okay of It's Probably Okay. The channel here on Sundays and Wednesdays. I'm mostly doing a solo No Man's Sky permadeath run, which is exciting because if you get killed, it like literally deletes your save file. Fridays is a Friday Fly Day with Sam DeLev, where we play No Man's Sky in a very chill, not permadeath mode. And then here Saturday mornings we're doing this, so you can check us out here on Twitch, and episodes of this actual play will also show up on our YouTube, which I think was linked in the chat there. If you just do ! YouTube, there's a link for that, and that's where like the playlist gets set up, and it's kind of easier to watch over there. So give us a follow over there, and that's pretty much it.
All right. So yeah, this has been Star Wars Silence in the Forest. I have been your GM, Blythe Kala. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, all under Blythe Kala 93. That's BLYTHEKALA 93. You can also, here every Saturday playing and running this. Every other Monday soon, I will be on the Happy Jacks channel playing a new game, and that's going to be very exciting. Also on some Mondays, you can find me over at Tall Party Kills on Scabby Rooster. So keep an eye out. I'll post things on Twitter and Instagram about when I'm doing stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to watch other things from It's Probably Okay on It's Probably Okay Games, where you can see the Spider-Verse VODs and you can see the VODs for this. And yeah, I hope you all have a lovely Saturday. I need to eat food now.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy
Bye.
Halloween.
Bye.